Hello, this is the Tanner Lindberg Apology Forum, and feel free to fill this out on your own because after my talk with them, the Ogryn rework got a little bit of changes, a lot of which was the stuff I was really harping on. So, Bonebreaker is now just normal 10% melee damage, which is fucking crazy, such a good aura. Taunt now pulses, which is something you can go back to like my original videos from almost 2 years ago on. This is something I have been asking for, literally, for years now. Bruiser got moved so that it's no longer really a point tax, which, thank God. The crit damage is now doubled from the crit damage node. And he now gets extra attack speed instead of being the only class that has to work for it. So, all those people that were saying, I didn't know what I was talking about, these changes are just going to make Ogryn the best class, all of you can apologize right now, sign the forum, and we can all, we can all sing Kumbaya or whatever. Okay, now for the second part and the far larger part of this video, because this is something that has just gotten out of hand. The hatred from you guys is too much. It's genuinely absurd. And I've got a lot of things to say and a lot of probably revelation type things involving, I don't know. I'm just going to start because I don't know where else to start. Okay, so first and foremost, Fire Ant. What's going on, big guy? This is one of the playtesters and Ogrynomicon authors, and this guy, every single time he's been active on Reddit in like the last month, he has talked about me. He talks about me every other day in Discord. Fire Ant, you have posted, combined, over the last like 6 months, about like 300 messages about me. Dude, do you want to like talk? What is the fucking problem? First off, that's just the general for you. Second off, he did not talk to a Darktide dev. How do you know that? Have you checked all of my messages? Have you checked all of the messages sent by all the Fat Shark employees in their own private time? How the fuck can you verify this, dude? It's all a made-up story. Really, what's more likely to be made up? That I am talking to them, especially after you consider that changes that weren't done in the initial rework that I made a big deal about were added days after I said I had a talk with them. Gee, does that seem like it's still a made-up story? A beautiful and terrible fanfic. Dude, what is your problem? Like, genuinely, what is your problem with me? Every time you are active within the community, you are talking shit about me. Like, the only reason I still have anything to say about the Ogrynomicon is because you guys will not stop talking about me, okay? It's always you guys attacking me. And if you want further evidence of this, look, 2 days ago, it's the same guy. The idea for taunt to pulse was postulated to Fat Shark nearly a year ago. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I proposed the idea nearly 2 years ago. But let me ask you this question, Fire Ant. So you guys proposed the idea to Fat Shark nearly a year ago, and then when they did the initial rework, that change wasn't a part of it. It only got added as a change after I said I talked with them and made my video. I wonder if those two things are connected at all. I wonder. I mean, if it's not my idea, then how's come they didn't just add that? How's come they didn't just add that in the initial rework like you all suggested years ago, apparently? Wow, it's almost like what I'm saying isn't made up at all. And then I love this. I love the otherization here of like someone who accurately points out that, hey, wait, didn't this come from Tanner? He's correctly pointing this out. And your response is just condescending, passive-aggressive. Okay, look, man, if you agree with Tanner, you're not involved in the conversation. Like, I understand you have this just insane hate boner for me. Oh, and by the way, here's another one from Fire Ant 10 days ago. Yes, this guy does seriously post about me every single time he makes posts. And right here, yeah, people who didn't play the changes, let's wait until it lands to judge. Well, Fire Ant, clearly Fat Shark agreed with my take on it, and they gave some really substantial buffs to the changes before they came out. Fire Ant, I've been trying to better myself so much, so I know this is going to be condescending, but I'm sorry, I just have to say it. This guy has been taking shots at me for months now, so I'm just going to take one back on him. Fire Ant, why does Fat Shark take my knowledge more seriously than your experience with the changes? Is that because maybe they actually respect my opinion? Like, they might not like me as a person, but they respect the mechanical understanding? Could that be the case? But this really is, like, more absurd than you realize. Like, I want to point this out. I am learning so much about myself from these messages. He has only ever had negative interactions with testers. Really? Really? Have I now? This is the only interaction with a tester I've ever had. And he literally is saying, I don't believe you're a bad person. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a negative interaction to me. And Fat Shark staff. Well, apparently my opinion was very valid and they took it seriously. But right here, I've seen behind that curtain. Who the fuck are you? You're not in my server. You're not my friend. You've never spoken to me. Who the fuck are you? You're not a playtester. You have no contact with Fat Shark. So let me just try to get this straight for a second. You are claiming, and I can't believe that you people are genuinely upvoting this shit. Like, do any of you just have common sense? I'm sorry, but it's serious. Do you realize how absurd this is? This person is claiming he knows more about my interactions with people than I do myself. Well, here you go, dude. Here's the behind the curtain look. Read it for your fucking self and tell me, is this what bad interactions really look like? Is this what it looks like when people just hate each other? Go ahead. No, go ahead. Seriously, tell me. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. How are you people convinced that like this guy and this guy, they know who I'm messaging in my own private account and time, and who those people and who message me on their own private accounts and time? Like, you guys sound genuinely like fucking conspiracy theorists. But hold on, this gets even better. Tanner's blacklisted by both Fat Shark. This is something that I want to talk about. No, I'm not. So I said that on stream quite a lot and in videos because I assumed it was true. However, my talk with Hank, I actually learned that I was never really rejected from any partner programs or anything because Fat Shark never formally cut off communications with me. I just assumed, and my like unresolved childhood trauma brain or whatever, I just fucking assumed that, like, they would never want to interact with someone like me. So I took the lack of response as, well, that's that. They just blacklisted me. But they've never formally said that. And then when I was talking to Hank, he actually told me how, no, I wasn't. In fact, they made that program and never assigned anyone to it. It was all a fucking lie. Fat Shark decided years ago that they want nothing to do with the community. Notice they don't add new playtesters. Notice they don't ask the community for feedback. Notice they don't let you fucking interact with them in any capacity. Notice they're never asking you for anything. They don't post surveys. They don't fucking do events that you have to interact with. Fat Shark decided like about a year ago that fuck you guys. You are super toxic and we don't want anything to do with you. And that was kind of like, that's my inference from what Hank was telling me. They just made that program because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have like a CM content creator, like relationship pipeline, but they don't actually want that. So they just kind of fabricated it and just hoped nobody would notice it or take them up on it. And then they just slowly phased it out. And now there's no way to get it. So by the way, Jefficus, Mr. E, both of you. No, you guys weren't denied either. They just weren't ever planning on taking anyone. And you guys want evidence of how fucking toxic and unbearable this community is? Think about this. Reginald. Oh, wait, real quick. Before I get into that, this guy right here. This is just a prime example. So you hate me. Okay, well, hold on. Before that, let me read the rest of this. And Games Workshop. Buddy, I am irrelevant as fuck to Games Workshop. They blacklist people like Arch that are like genuine Nazis and like have millions of followers. Okay? They are not wasting their time on just some mouthy retard like me that is a fucking drop in the ocean compared to them. So, no. Like, again, where are you getting this? How are you verifying this information? I didn't fucking know this because it's not true. for trying to incite harassment on testers. Where? What, for saying the Ogronomicon is a bad guide and I don't like Hank? Because I was upset that Hank just decided one day he didn't want to have any interactions with anyone in the community. And that's just shitty behavior. How is that trying to incite harassment? Oh, and the CM, literally the only thing I've ever said about Straw Hat is that she allows harassment against me, which is true. She does nothing to stop it, and she doesn't tell the moderators to look out for it. In fact, it's kind of an unspoken rule. Hey, go into the Discord right now. Go into the Darktide Discord right now. Go in the general chat and post, I think JTC is a racist fucking bitch and I hate him so much. And you won't see anything, you will get fucking banned so fast. But I have hundreds of screenshots of people saying I'm a racist, fascist, blah, 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 blah. All this random shit that isn't true. Just fucking something they heard from someone else. And nothing ever happens to them. The message is never deleted. They're never told to stop, witch hunting, stop name and shame, etc. So it's just kind of an unspoken rule that you don't moderate negative stuff about me, but for everyone else you do. And then I clicked on this person's profile just because I was curious. Oh, he hates Mystery too. Oh, he doesn't like Reginald either. Oh, and he doesn't like me. Hey, professional cat, like 80% of your last, look at this. This guy's like a relatively new account. He does not post much. Buddy, like 80% of your total posts are just, oh man, I hate insert YouTuber here. Like, why are so many people in this community like this? You guys just fucking hate everyone. And I know this is more so a community problem than it is just a Tanner problem for a very simple fact. You can't get into Reginald's server. It's invite only, and he's pretty particular about the people he lets in. Why? Because he doesn't want to fucking interact with you people. JTC once told me, like, almost 2 years ago now, when I was talking about his video, because he just wanted to talk and just, that he appreciates that I was trying to stop people from, taking stuff the wrong way, etc. And he was just giving me some general tips on community stuff, cut out toxic people, etc. But he said something I found very interesting. He mentioned how the level of hate and harassment he received from Darktide was ridiculous compared to Vermintide, because it's the 40K community, which is notoriously fucking horrible. So that's funny. Look at people like the Wild Spice or that one guy with the orc profile picture. They just gave up on Darktide. They didn't want to fucking deal with you people. You can't go talk to them. They don't want anything to do with Darktide. Think about this. You've never seen Fat Shark try to interact with you guys. They don't run events. They don't fucking interact with you. They don't ask you guys for shit, for feedback or anything. Myself and Telepots are like the only people, and Telepots barely even talks about this game anymore. I'm like legitimately one of the only YouTubers that talks about this game that even has like a public presence that you can just go interact with me. And you know why that is? Because everyone else realized that you guys are so fucking toxic that it is best to just straight up say, I am not going to interact with you guys at all. And I am going to be super careful. I'm going to script everything I say so that nothing could set you guys off. I am going to lock off my community so that you guys cannot just freely fucking interact. I have never seen a PvE game where every creator has quietly, unanimously agreed to have as little to do with said community as possible. Why did a bunch of people jump over to Marvel Rivals? They would rather interact with a PvP Overwatch replacement than you fucking people. Okay? I don't understand the just hate you guys have for me in particular, but just the hatred in general. You guys are never fucking positive. I see what you guys talk about in the LFG server, and I'm like, oh my god. It's just fucking hate after hate after hate. I've genuinely never seen anything like it in a PvE community before, where it's just, why, hey, you guys, why do you guys think the moderators don't moderate any of the channels? Because they don't want to read what you guys are fucking saying. Why do you think you don't ever see the wardens hanging out in, the Clash channels? Because do you think they want to fucking casually interact with you guys? No. All evidence points towards the fact that literally no one wants anything to do with this goddamn community. Okay? Because, like, you guys, they will take one look at what you guys do to me and they say, fuck that. I am not giving these people an in. It's just genuinely sad. No one has ever earned a single second of their time back. And it's just sad that you choose to spend yours hating on some guy you've never even talked to. Like, you've never talked to me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I believe in. You don't know what I think about whatever topic. The only thing you know about me is jokes on streams where I am just completely shitposting and not being serious about anything. That's the extent of what you know. Stop pretending like you actually know me. Stop pretending all this random shit. Stop pretending like a fucking screenshot of a Discord post is some like damning incitement on someone's character and you've never even talked to them, okay? I've never seen a group of human beings act this way before, where you couldn't possibly know less about someone, yet make claims and act like you know everything about them. You want the best way to troll the Darktide community? Go into the Discord server or go on Reddit and just post, I like Tanner Lindberg. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's got a lot of good ideas. You'll get like 50 fucking downvotes in an hour. It is ridiculous. I have people, dude, this has gotten so bad that Hank, the guy himself, has said several times in the server that he doesn't like how you guys get when I get brought up. He's like, you guys are like piranhas. It's like sharks smelling blood. Okay? You guys need to just let it the fuck go. Okay? I don't even play this game anymore. Yet you people just cannot let me go. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sure you guys will have a field day with this one.